I move that we exit executive session.
We have a motion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, and then a motion on case to
Mr.
approve.
Chairman, I move that on case number 201-40276 that we approve the request for settlement.
We have a motion. All in favor say aye.
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 The case that I have before you at this time is case number 2024-0031. It's an application for cremation expenses through Cornelson Funeral Home in the amount of $1,200. The applicant is the parents of a 45-year-old male. He was homeless at the time prior to his death. He did stay with his parents for approximately a week at the time of his passing. He does meet all Idaho Code criteria. He's a Bannock County resident, was not a veteran. With all of the information I was able to obtain, he does meet criteria, and the applicants have agreed to a $25 a month repayment plan upon approval of this application.
Okay, have a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve case number 202-40031 under the conditions outlined.
We have a motion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Let's make a signature. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, thank you.
All right. 4-H.
Nikki Ennis, Bannock County 4-H Extension.
Terry Johnson, Bannock County Extension.
So these are contracts for judges and individuals for the fair.
Correct.
I just have a couple of questions. If they're independent contractors, why are we paying mileage?
Because so one of our judges is coming from Wyoming, and so it's a long distance, and so we reimburse for mileage, and we have in the past for the judges that travel long distances. He is staying at the Harkness in McCammon, so that, because he is judging all of our livestock, so he'll judge beef, sheep, swine, goats, and our market broilers. So it's a 2-day, it ends up being a 2-day show for that, and so we've reimbursed in the past for mileage with them coming for a distance.
So I guess my actual question is, if they're an independent contractor, why isn't that included in their contract as a contract price instead of the addition of mileage on top of it?
Oh, like including it in the price that we pay
Yeah,
them?
because they're an individual, they're a contractor, so.
Yeah, I mean, we could do that. I guess I didn't understand that, because since I've been here for 9 years, I guess that's how we've done it, and so I just didn't realize we could do that. If we can add that into the price, or the price that we're paying them, then I'm fine with that. Either way is fine with me,
Okay.
so.
And that's just as I looked at all these, I was just curious, because some had mileage, some didn't. And so it was a little confusing
Yeah,
as you look at that. And
okay,
and if they're an individual contractor, I mean, most of our contracts, okay, this is the services you're offering, and this is the price that we're paying.
okay.
And is that negotiable?
Yeah. Well, we try and negotiate with them and pay them. We look at other fairs and what they're paying their judges, and so we're trying to stay kind of with that, because they do put in a lot of work and a really long day judging those animals. So, but if we can put mileage in with it, that's fine with me.
I was just curious. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just the way it reads, because it's an incomplete bill right now.
Yes, it would be.
And
Yeah.
so we don't know what we're actually paying. And
Yeah.
I just,
So, I guess with that, would you want us to redo those contracts now?
no,
Or just keep it
this year,
this
I mean, they're already here and
Okay.
set. And so I just think I wanted to have that discussion, something that
Yeah.
we need to talk about and think about. And even when you talk to the judges, okay, what would you charge us, and what would it be, total price?
Yeah.
What are you coming to do this for? Because with the other fairs, how are they doing it? are they doing the total price, or are they doing mileage on top of it? So that, just
Yeah.
apples to apples
Yeah.
is what I'm kind of trying to look at.
Yeah.
Any questions, John?
No, I was independent contractor for many years, and, typical, the contracts at least that I worked under when I was doing this oil industry type stuff, I'd typically get expenses, so that was on top of the fee.
Okay. Any questions?
Nope.
Motion?
Mr. Chairman, I move that you want to approve all of them, right?
Yes.
You good with all of them?
Yes.
Approve the contracts for the judges as presented.
We have a motion. All in favor, say aye.
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 So for next year, would you want us just to have it all in just as one?
I think it's worth a discussion,
Okay.
just to kind of see what like I say, how other fairs are doing it. If we're comparing
Yeah.
the contracts, then how's everybody else doing it?
Okay.
And like I say, it's kind of nice to have the total,
Yeah. Yeah.
because right now,
Well, and I can do some research and ask the other fairs what they are doing and how they do their contracts, and find out some more information.
And if they're
Dr.
paying
Reed.
mileage separate,
Yeah.
then just do an estimate
You say
Okay.
these best.
so that the board knows when they're signing in.
Okay.
That would give them the information
Yeah.
they're looking for.
Okay. Perfect.
And then you want these now?
I
We
don't
have to
think-
take them down
Oh,
so the checks
okay.
can be made for them.
Okay.
We make sure Christie Davenport has a copy too, though.
Do what?
Davenport will want a copy
Oh, okay,
because they're signed contracts.
okay.
She's the one that told me I could give them to you.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
All right, Shanda.
Good morning, Commissioners. Shanda Crystal, Chief Procurement Officer. I have one item before the board today, and that is a request for a potential signature on a contract with Western Industrial Motors and Machine. This is in regards to the detention center HVAC renovation bid that we went out to a little bit ago. They were the winners. They have supplied all of the documentations, the insurance, the public works, all of those. We have checked all those boxes, and now the contract has been through legal and approved, and now is before the board for signature.
Okay, any questions?
Nope.
Motion?
Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve the contract as requested.
We have a motion. All in favor, say aye.
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 And Christy, I'll get all those documentation over to you, right? Okay, perfect.
Got a UEI too, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yep, I'll get it
You
sent.
did? Okay.
What are you doing?
Thank you.
You need to sign that.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, you gotta sign it.
That's fine. And they can just stay.
Nancy did? I thought you were just trying to hand them all
I
out
could have called
today.
Carrie up and had her sit in Jason's seat.
Thank you.
All right, Carrie.
Carrie Povey, Chief Deputy Clerk. I am here to request that we post a job at a new job description and pay grade. This is one of the employees that I requested during our budget that we bump their job description to match the duties that they're actually doing and increase the pay grade. Unfortunately, this employee has put in her resignation, and so I'm hoping to be able to post the job position at the new job description that I'm hoping you guys are going to approve. And according to Christy, there is funds in the budget to cover that salary for the remainder of this fiscal year due to turnover in that department.
Just makes sense that we hire the position and the person for the position this year so that we're not having to make the transition in 2 months.
It also provides for, instead of a lateral move from, say, potentially internal applicants, they know the position that they're applying for and potentially getting paid for too.
And the department also has another employee that's leaving, so this would allow a faster hire where there's 2 employees in that department. Both positions will be vacant, so this would allow a faster hiring and
hopefully.
less stress on everyone involved to keep the flow going of work.
We had the discussion as we start talking about budgets and equalization of positions. So if you've identified funds that are available for this year.
There's existing funds in a budget, so there won't be any moves that are necessary. And honestly, it's paying the position for the duties that they're truly doing. We just didn't realize the duties were different. But
Questions?
You're good?
Yeah, I'm good.
I'm good. All right, Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve the request to post the job position.
We have a motion. All in favor, say aye.
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 Excellent, thank you.
All right, Adam.
Good morning, Commissioners. Adam McKinney, Chief Technical Officer. This morning, I am requesting a signature on the grant application for a 5-county consolidated grant for Vesta 911 call handling and call routing equipment through the Idaho Public Safety Communications Commission. I know that's a mouthful, so I'm happy to answer any questions that you might have related to these grants request.
My only question is the match.
Okay, there's no match.
No match.
This will be direct. Yeah, no
Okay.
match.
Because on this, matching funds is Xed
Oh, is it?
in that sheet.
Oh, it should not be. There's no match. There's no, Idaho Public Safety is direct from the grant fee. We've been collecting it 2+ years now. We qualify to apply for this, and there's no match on our side for it.
this is still a modification of this form we're working through.
Okay. No,
You get 5 points if there's no match, so we probably just need to,
okay. And I just
you gotta read
Oh,
the,
saw that
I
was
see what
Xed
you're
as
Yeah.
match.
you gotta
No,
read
That's
the,
just the point
And
system.
so, okay.
The match would be covered somewhere.
Because I'm looking everywhere else for a match and I couldn't
Yeah.
find the match.
if you look under matching funds, it says 0 if cash or mix is required, not budgeted 2.5 points, match obtainable 5 points, no match or has been is worth 5 points. So
Okay,
we just need to maybe
okay.
throw that one at the bottom.
So now I throw it in my
Okay,
mind.
that's not my form either, so.
No, but as I just, okay, matching funds, and I didn't read all the fine print, and that there's an X on yes, and so that's why I'm going,
And we
oh.
don't have the intent form included in the documentation, which would very clearly show no match. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so I looked through there and I couldn't find.
Yeah, no
what the
match from
was
our
gonna be,
side.
and so that was my only question after reading through it.
And we also verified that with the grant, that will just be the startup and any ongoing costs would be borne by the entity, not us.
Yeah, actually, maintenance is included in this, and the way that the Idaho Public Safety, so the first 2 years of maintenance is, for each of these is included. As you know, in the last 2 years, we've brought on Bingham and Caribou County, so they have new equipment now. This would be the host side, our side stuff that will support them. So the first 2 years of maintenance is included, a full refresh of Power County is included, and then bringing Bear Lake County on is included. So the first 2 years of maintenance for our systems and their systems is included. Bingham and Caribou, currently have maintenance grant money, and then we're welcome to reapply for that maintenance money and every 2 year interval. So that's actually built into these grants where they'll cover the maintenance and the networking fees. We just got to go back every 2 years and ask for that ongoing maintenance and networking fees. So right now, you're exactly right. The idea is that each county would be responsible to do that, but they're welcome to go back, and including us, we can get those fees paid for ongoing. They do it on a sliding scale. It goes 100% the first year, 90% the second, 80, 70, 60, and then they stop at 5 years out, which is the idea that you'd be starting to look at refreshing. We're at 6 years on this equipment, so this basically starts us and all the counties that are connected to us over on a brand new maintenance schedule. So yeah, that's in there.
What's the value of this grant?
It's just over $1 million, $1,005,067.26.
And is this thing, when you apply for it, you're pretty much guaranteed to get it if you just apply, or?
I would say that we are in a very good position to get this grant. One of the main things when we joined the Public Safety Communications Commission grant fee a couple years ago was looking towards the future and this exact project. I've been working on this for a couple years. Now, the Communications Commission is starting to look at different ideas to use their grant funds for state projects. They're talking about building an EZNet and a next-gen core services. So I feel this is the right time to try and go after this grant fund because they may change the way grants happen in the next few cycles. Again, I can't say we're a shoe-in for this, but I feel pretty confident we're going to get it.
Okay.
Other questions?
No.
I'll tell you, I don't know what an EZNet is.
That's so an EZNet is, an EZNet is, no, the IPSCC is, as they've started changing commissioners, they've got new ideas of the way they'd like to do some of this stuff. It used to be that the only way that money came out of the IPSCC was through these grants. But the IPSCC is starting to look at a couple things. One, legislative changes to bring in the counties that aren't participating, to bring them in. Two, they're also looking at raising the amount of that fee that is collected. I think they want to take it from a quarter to 75 cents, and they've even talked about doubling the dollar that the counties get to the PSAPs directly. But the reason they're looking at those changes are, they're looking to do some type of by the state, for the state, holistic approach. The next-gen core services that all of 911 needs to move to eventually can be bought for the entire state at one price point rather than each county or each entity going out and trying to buy them themselves. So they've started looking at how can we utilize the fees that are collected from this grant to do something for everyone, which is kind of moves away from every agency just applying for these grants every year. And this grant program will never go away specifically, but I could see over the next 5 years there being less money to give out equipment grants because they're going to be providing a service. And the EZNet is the network of networks that delivers your next-gen 911. So I just see that, things are starting to change a little bit in the way that this program is being administered. And I think for the better. I think that you see, again, the IPSCC is not the state, but it's by and for the state. So the idea is bringing in some of these counties that don't participate, equalizing out some of the counties that are smaller that maybe get little grants, but not enough to cover what they need, trying to normalize that out and then change this grant fee. So these gigantic grants like this, although this one is a 5-county consolidated along Digby lines. This is exactly what IPSCC wants, but I see the possibility in the future that these giant, large dole-outs are going to change because they're going to be providing additional services. So I think, honestly, the future is rosy with the IPSCC. I think it looks really good, and they're progressively moving towards spending this money in a more equitable fashion. So.
Well, I have fear whenever the state gets more involved.
And
controlling dollars.
I don't disagree, but just remember IPSCC it's not necessarily the state, it's representative of, 9 out of the 18 seats are county sheriffs. They've got representative from IAC, City Association of Cities, Chief of Police Association. So this is, it's through the state, but not necessarily the state, I should say.
Yeah.
Trying to make that distinction because you're right. I know that the previous director felt he didn't want to participate in these projects because we didn't want the state telling us how to drive our direction, but that's proven not to be the case in this point. So
It scares me a little. All right.
So do you need a motion?
A motion to move forward?
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, I move that we move forward on this thing and that you are authorized to sign the grant application.
We have a motion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
thank you.
And you want these back?
Yeah, I'll take them down and get Christie.
Oh, that just says give them back to Adam.
Oh, yeah, those are just my original print copies. Yeah, I'll take those.
And I can give the rest.
Yeah, perfect. I'll get it from Christie. Thank you very much.
All right. And you're here to talk about public hearing variance, or is that?
So you were gonna do a signature today?
Yeah. I gotta do this.
I came in case you needed any clarification or support.
Okay.
This is to put out public hearing notice.
This is-
that
Sunny
what you're
Gate.
talking about?
Yeah. Tax cancellation. American hearing. Ooh. It's here. I read it earlier. Okay, right here. Bannock County, public hearing notice. And I did visit with Hal. This is the Sunny Gate that we had before us the other day. And honestly, they've come down to about, they may present before us one more time to finish out the whole plat and what they're doing and their whole plan. So this, I'm okay with this now.
Okay.
Where I wasn't before, didn't know all the ins and outs. Do you have any questions?
No, so we just want to put publish the notice of public hearing, right?
Correct.
Yeah, so, Mr. Chairman, I move that we publish the notice of public hearing on this matter.
We have a motion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. All right, thank you. So we have resolution number 2024-43, and this is authorization in order to reallocate funds. Questions on it?
Yep, we probably already discussed this.
This was for the purchase of the copier
Oh, okay.
for adult probation.
Right.
For the retirement, unanticipated retirement for adult probation, and
That's it, right?
and then the reallocation for enterprise leases.
Oh, okay. All right,
those paid
sounds
off.
good. You got any questions? Or?
No, no.
Okay, Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve resolution number 2024-43.
We have a motion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right. Next, we have cancellation request from the assessor.
You got any questions?
And this is 2022 and 2023. How does that affect things?
I don't know. I'm assuming the taxes have already been paid,
Yeah.
so I don't know if they're gonna give, and taxes for June should have already been paid too. Do you want me to call Linda real quick and ask her?
Yeah, that'd be good. Because these are taxes that are already paid, and how do you reimburse,
No. Yeah.
and how do you get that back from other departments that have,
Other entities.
entities that we've already paid them to, the taxes to?
Hey, Nina, it's Christie. Hey, on this tax cancellation, where it was on 22 and 23's homeowners, have the taxes already been paid? So are we gonna give him a credit, or how's that gonna work, do you know? Okay, and then it'll hold over to next year's taxes? Okay, cool. Okay, thank you. Okay, bye. So that will apply as a credit to his taxes, and then that will apply to next year's taxes. So there won't be any refunds or
Refunds, okay.
reimbursements. It'll just offset next December.
Okay. And I thought about just saying, no, this individual worked for us, and then quit us and went out to Caribou County to be a jailer. So, he ought to pay more in county taxes.
So do you want to reject this on that?
No.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve the tax cancellation request as presented.
We have a motion, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Next, we have a letter, notice of action letters, and this is for a Board of Equalization in 2024 with American Heating and Cooling.
To approve all of the notice of action.
This is
For BOE 24.
we're signing this one on the
Mailed out
record,
today.
and
Yes.
we'll have all of them. Okay.
I'm sorry, what is
So this is our actions that we took during BOE.
Okay.
And a letter will go out to everybody.
Oh, okay, okay.
And this is just an example of it, so that we'll sign this on the record and approve all of them.
Okay. So you need a motion to sign this?
A motion to approve all the action
Okay.
letters that are
Okay,
going
so
out.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve all the actions letters under BOE.
We have a motion, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. And then next we have commissioners' proceedings for the month of June 2024.
You got any questions?
I did not.
Mr. Chairman, I move we approve the commissioners' proceedings as presented.
We have a motion, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. And then we have the consent agenda. And under the consent agenda, we have salary rate approval forms and minutes for July 3rd and July 9th. On the salary rate approval forms are all temporary employees at the event center to be secured.
You're good with everything?
Yeah.
Mr. Chairman, I move we approve the consent agenda items as presented.
We have a motion, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. And with that being